Good morning, everyone. I'm alive. Welcome to another episode of Xa Talk Show. Video check, audio check. So we are going to code Emacs Lisp today, pure Emacs Lisp. If you are here, say hi. If you are not here, play at 1.5 speed because I ramble just like the Joe Rogan monkey. Okay, so we're gonna code several things, but let's see, if we have time, we're gonna go to the next one and next one. So the first one I wanna do is, the title of today is HTML ampersand code decode encode. And let me show you that command, okay? Something, let's say, on my Twitter, let's say you copied some text. That's my keyboard, by the way, glove80, fantastic. I have reviews, video reviews, and on xahlee.info, lots of photos. Okay, glove80 keyboard, and you can see, several photos of it. Glove80, and so that's that one. And this is Ultimate Hacking keyboard. By the way, there is Ultimate Hacking 80 coming up. I think I'm gonna review. I need to contact them. Anyway, I think I'm gonna review it. So glove80, fantastic, okay? So glove80 Ultimate Hacking Keyboard, okay? And you can find it on xahlee.info and on my YouTube. Search for it, you'll find it. Okay, I need to adjust. So this one is Svalbard, SVALBOARD, fantastic device. I have video reviews on it too, but other people have reviewed it. I'll be using it down the road. So today, let's start coding Emacs Lisp. Shall we? Okay, so video check, audio check, good. Okay, let's go. So let's see. So the title is HTML ampersand. Okay, so let's say let's say if I copy something from Twitter or anywhere, this is a device about keyboard. Copy it. And let's say if there's some ampersand, this and that, okay? And you want to put on your blog, so you cut that and, paste it on your blog and make it paragraph showing browser, and you got that, but actually that is technically invalid because for the ampersand character, you need to encode it, okay? So let's magnify. So you need to actually encode that ampersand. So there's the command. Let's see what is the key. Press undefined. I forgot what's the key. So let's press and Control H. Let's see. Search for ampersand. Okay. Tab JH, that's Vorak keyboard layout. Okay, so you can see all my command codes and the command name on the right side in the pink window. Command keystrokes on the left. Okay, Tab JH on Vorak keyboard, encode ampersand entity. Okay, search for ampersand, and there's also decode ampersand entity. Tab JH. Okay, so place the cursor anywhere in this block of text. Tab JH. You see, they encoded the whole thing, so that's not what you want. You see, now it becomes paragraph. So undo. So basically you want to make it, let's remove the paragraph. Okay, so save it, close, reopen. So there we are, and tab JH. You see that ampersand got encoded. Now you put in the paragraph showing browser. Now that is correct. Okay, similarly, if you have programming languages such as x equals to 3, if x equals to 3 something, you also want to encode that greater than sign because that is technically required. Well, it is in XML, it's required, but in HTML5, as long as you have space around it, that's kind of okay. But strict, you should encode it. So let's try it again. So tab JH. You see, now it's good. Fantastic. Okay, so that command is, let's see, describe key tab JH. That command is this encode xhtml encode ampersand entity. Okay, let's open it, and you can see the code. The code is actually on this page showing browser. So you can grab it, but it doesn't work. It won't work because it requires my other packages, xa replace pairs region. So you can see this command is written in a very compact way. Replace entities, very compact. So all you do is find replace, these ampersand characters and less than and greater than. And it's calling one of my function, my package, xa replace pairs. And you can get that by click on that, you get this, you can get the source code. So actually, if you want to use this command, you can copy it and grab it. But however, what I want to do is I want to replace the custom call. Replace using my custom function, so it doesn't have dependencies. So it's pure Emacs Lisp. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, and also once you highlight it, you can see. Let's see, open it, back, close, close. You can see it actually highlight wherever this change occurs. So that is a great feature. Okay, that's one of the things I want to do, but I was gonna do others. But okay, let's just, since we already spent 5 minutes talking about this, let's just do this. Okay, so let's ampersand. So where is that's move to the top. Okay, so put it there, showing browser. This one, the first one we're gonna do. Okay, let's rewrite it. Okay, so xa ampersand encode. So let's do it. Okay, so the key is tab JH in xa HTML mod. That's the command. Jump to the source code, and what we're gonna do is we just gonna copy, make a new buffer, paste it there, and save it. XX today's state command name .el. So we're gonna work on this. Make it underline underscore. Okay, so wait, ampersand. There it is. Okay, so you need now to make this bigger. So you can do shift paren, then it hides all the details. So this all my commands. So there it is. Open it. Okay, at the top, add XUTF. That's an abbreviation for this declaration, lexical binding and UTF-8 encoding. Okay, save it, make a backup. Okay, so we're gonna modify this command. So actually, we can write it from scratch. Okay, let's see what is. Oh my God, the font is so large now that I'm not used to. Okay, comments if you are here. Okay, if you are not here, watch it 1.5 speed. Okay, replace HTML characters ampersand less than greater than to this encoding on current text block or selection. Okay, we're gonna modify this, change the date. So let's think. So effectively, what this command, the requirement is that first of all, you need to make you need to set up a block that is, like what region you want to deal with. Okay, and we have it here. So let's, this is 1 giga line. This 1 giga line, a long line. I like that format very much. Okay, because I've been coding Wolfram language. This is normal 1 giga long line. But let's reformat it so it's easier to read. Okay, so you got the if statement, then that else, then you got another if statement, then you got the list. Okay, jump to the back, put a then okay, now prettify the code. Now it's much better. Do it again. So the first job is to determine the beginning position and end position. We want to work on this. Okay, so that is what this block of code does. Video check, audio check, good. Okay, Okay, so now this block of code, so this function takes a begin end. God, now the font is very large, okay, but it's good for the YouTube. So region begin end, then report true. If it's true, you print the report, and if it's true highlight, then you highlight the changed locations. Okay, so okay, let me just work on this. So that's this. So begin end, that's our local variables. That's each one is a integer, meaning the cursor position. Okay, and then we set sequence, set this begin end variable. Then if the parameters begin end are already given, you see that's that's the parameter, then just return a list, so make them the same. Otherwise, so if begin end is undefined nil, then determine if region is active. If so, then you just say region beginning and region end. Okay, that returns the beginning and end position of a selection. Okay, now if there's no active region, then what you have to do is you need to go to search to the beginning of the empty line and search for the end of empty line. So that's the text block, or known as paragraph, kind of. Okay, so that is this code, this long line is about. Okay, so let's prettify, shall we? So if that, then that, okay. So that's a lot of code. Wait, if that, okay, so this save excursion again, if that. Okay, so this block of code basically just set the beginning and end position. Okay, that is clear. Yes. Next, so we got beginning and end position now. So the next part is the replacement. So between the beginning and end positions, we want to do some text replacement. Okay, oh, there's a misspelling. Okay, print it below if any, this command. Okay, so now this is the heart of the program, this line. So I'm calling a, so let's look up the documentation of xahlee replace pairs region. There it is, and you can read about the documentation, and that is in this package. Okay, and this package is, I showed you guys, it's online. You can grab it. Okay, it's very convenient because close. So all you have to say is the beginning and position, then a list of pairs of find replace. Okay, now this code is actually a bit tricky. It's not as easy as it seems, because you would think all you have to do is just do find replace this, then find replace a second pair, then sequentially, for each pair of text and replacement, you just do it. That would be incorrect, because if you do that, you got this recursive problem. Did I explain it somewhere? Yes, I have. Okay, so let me show you guys that this is a very interesting generic algorithmic problem. You would have a recursive problem. So how do I, where is it? So let's describe this function, go to that function's source code, this package, go to the home page for this package, which is here, open it, show in browser. So this is xahlee replace pairs.el. You can grab it, the code right there, and it offers you all these very convenient functions, including regular expression, multiple pairs. So, but there is a find replace feedback loop problem described here. So you open it, then you can see, let's say if you have replaced pairs, you want to replace text in a region, multiple pairs. So let's say the input string is ABCD. Very simple. Now you have two pairs. You want to replace A by C and C by D. Okay, very simple. So what you should get is CBDD, because A by C gets you, let's magnify. Can you magnify to see the full glory? So you got ABCD, you got two pairs of replacement, A to C and C to D. So A to C is C, C to D is D, so you should have CBDD there. But if you do this sequentially, A becomes C and C becomes D, you will get DBDD. That would be incorrect, okay? So that is why, so this especially happens, real world example, if you do this ampersand replacement. Because this ampersand, you got into a situation of kind of recursive ampersand. That's kind of complicated issue, but it's incorrect. So this is the find replace feedback loop problem. And my functions here fixed it. So my function does it correctly. That is why we are, let's close that. We can simply do this, no problem. Okay, so, but, oh God, coding is always tedious. Hungry man, Haiksa, have a massive coding stream. Yeah, 3 people watching, that's kind of sad. So anyway, Emacs Lisp, that's kind of esoteric topic. Okay, so our job now is to rewrite this. Okay, let's just do it quickly. Okay, so we given a text, we want to find replace of these multiple pairs. So what can you do is, first of all, you got these pairs, you can define it, these multiple pairs. Then you want to go through each, you don't want to go through each one of them. What you can do is, let's see, replace string. Okay, let me just do it. Okay, so this is a function. Wait, that's not colored. That means, should I color it? Yeah, I should. This is actually, so you can do this replace string. Let's copy the documentation, close that, go back here. So here is the replace string. Now it's not colored. Let's color it, okay? Normally you shouldn't use this function because this function is meant for interactive use. Let's see. From string to string. Okay, you don't want that because now that's not regular expression. Okay, so you want to do replace rejects. Okay, that is the function you want. Replace using regular expression. Okay, so delimited start and backward region non-continuous. Okay, this is tricky. Argument backward and region non-contiguous dash p means whether it's true or false are passed to perform replace, which C. Oh God, what the fuck is perform replace? Okay, let's highlight this non-contiguous p. Okay, nil region non-continuous p means that the region is composed of non-contiguous pieces. That's the idiocy of English. Just say non-continuous, but in English we have non-contiguous. Okay, so this means that the region is composed. Wait, Okay, this region is composed of non-contiguous pieces. The most common example of this is a rectangular region. Oh. Oh, so this replace can actually work on a rectangle. Do you guys know what I mean? So, for example, let me demonstrate. So, rectangle is like this, okay? Let's see what is a key. I don't use this key too much. Space, I believe. Wait. Okay, let's see. Search for rectangle, open rectangle, kill, rectangle mark mod, RR. Okay, so let me show you. So let's say backspace RR. Okay, now you can see I can select the rectangle. You see, so I can now delete this rectangle. Let's see, delete it. You see, wait, not that key. But anyway, so wait, you see, you can start to type. You know, it insert the rectangle. So undo. Don't fuck up my code. Redo. Okay, so that means, so this means region non-contiguous. That means this replace string or the regular expression version actually can work on a rectangle. That's interesting. Okay, that's interesting to know. But we don't need it. Okay, so let's see. Let's just start to code. Okay, let's just put this in one line. Let's just start to code. Regular expression at, so wait, ampersand. So what is the regular expression? Let's see. Okay, delete, change brackets, square bracket to none. Do it. Okay, now it's much better. Actually, you need, and let's just type them. Ampersand, backslash, and vertical line, then that, then backslash, vertical line, then greater than equal sign. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Okay, this means regular expression or, so you find that character or that character or that character. This will do it one shot, I hope. Let's see. Okay, toString. Oh, then it depends. Oh, shit. Jesus, can we actually do this? You know, the toString needs to be dependent on what is matched. Yeah, it will be dependent on what is matched. But do we get the ampersand recursive feedback problem? I don't think so. For example, let's just say the toString is ampersand. Okay, wait. Okay, toString is just an ampersand. Okay, let's ignore that greater than, less than for now. Okay, then optional, delimited. What does that mean, delimited? Describe function, delimited. What does that mean? The third arg delimited, prefix arg if interactive. Okay. If nil means replace only matches surrounded by word boundaries. Oh, okay. Oh, we don't care. You know, it basically just means word boundary. Okay, close that. So delimited. No, we don't want the word boundary. and start end, that's our start and end position. So that would be x begin and x end, okay? And backward, no, nil, region non-continuous, nil, okay? So nil, nil, remove that. So that is our function. Now let's remove that, delete, let's just say that, okay? Yeah, so, but you need, now, okay, so wait, does the regular expression, the second argument, the replacement, does it take a function? Because this is important, the toString part. Because we need it to depend on what we found. Okay, yes, indeed it does. So stand for whatever match the whole or regular expression and n, okay? Stand for whatever match the nth, okay? So yep. And does it take a Lisp expression? It does, okay? So this will work. Okay, but now let's look at the source code of this regex. Let's see if it's very complex. Yeah, it's fairly complex because, because it's doing interactive, and so that means if we use this function, it's gonna be fairly slow. Okay, it's gonna be fairly slow. Oh God, and that's gonna be fairly slow. So yeah, you run into a lot of issues. I mean, not really problems, but decisions you have to make. For example, I can simply stick with what I have here, but then that means other people needs to download the extra package. So that's why we are trying to write it, without dependencies. But then we run into an issue because then if we call this command, let's remove that. Let's also remove that. If we call this command, this is supposed to be interactive use, and therefore it is slower. But let's just do it for now, okay? So make that one line, comment it out, and prettify the whole code, and I think that's it. So we can evaluate the buffer, okay? So, and right now it just changed, so optional, you need to remove that. That should work. But does that have the recursive problem? No, because in this case, each of the character is distinct, okay? Do you guys know what I'm saying? Because for the recursive, for the feedback, for this find replace feedback loop problem to occur, for that problem to occur, one of the requirement is that one of your replacement character also occurs in your find character. Okay, okay, here's the way to put it. One of your subsequent find string occurs in previous replacement string. So for example, here A replaced by C and C replaced by D. So this second pair, CD, occurs, and that find string C happens in the previous pair of the replacement string. So when this situation happens, then you got this find replace feedback loop problem. Okay, but in our case, what we want to, let's type it again. So wait, does it occur? Let's see. That becomes amp, and less than becomes less than that. Okay, and greater than becomes greater than. So does any of the character in the find string occurs in the previous replacement string? No. That means fantastic. That means we can just go ahead using the no-brainer approach. Okay, what is a no-brainer approach? It's this. Okay, so let me show you. So so while, not when, while, not when, while. Okay, why? Do I have a shortcut? No. While. Okay, so while search for word. Yeah, let's do this no-brainer approach. Ampersand. So while you search for that, okay, before you do find replace, you want to narrow to region. Okay, narrow to region, region begin and region end. That means limit the buffer to just the region you are interested. Okay, then we search for, then we go to char point min, go to the beginning of the region, then start search, then okay, bound no arrow, we don't care, no arrow, wait, bound no arrow count, we don't care. Okay, then replace it with ampersand, replaced by that. Okay, then fixed case yes, literal yes, and strings that we don't care. Okay, beautify the code, fantastic. Okay, and in fact make it one line. So this is one unit. Okay, in fact make it unit, syntactically a unit too. So that you see, that's the beauty of the Lisp syntax. And now cut that and paste, repeat, beautify it. And now we just do the less than. Okay, less than. Okay, then greater than. Greater than. Fantastic. We are doing this replacement sequentially. Each time we go to the beginning, then while it's found to the replace. So you can see when you compare the code, you can see this block versus our previous one single line, this line. Okay, I got a call. Let's see. Spam and scam. Our modern life are festooned with spam and scam and spam and marketing shit. American life. So ACP says, how is save restriction different from save excursion? They are entirely different. Okay. So save excursion is very common. That means just save the cursor position and the buffer, the current buffer. So here you can do whatever code, and when this code is done, it'll return the current cursor position and the current buffer. Okay, inside the code you can switch to another buffer, like you can switch to another file. But once it's done, this save excursion means return it to whatever the current buffer. Okay, that's why it's called an excursion. That's let's digress to the Department of English Linguistics. Excursion, a usually short journey made for pleasure, an outing. That's exactly right. We are doing an excursion, save excursion. Now, save restriction is something else. Save restriction, that means, you see, when you have this narrow to region, you can call it. So, for example, I select this. Let's say I select this part, okay? Now, call meta x narrow to region, okay? So do it. Then your whole buffer becomes just that. Emacs pretends the other part doesn't exist. So this way allows you to, you can move to the end, you're stuck there. You can move to the beginning, you're stuck there. So you don't have to worry about the previous part and after it, especially when you are doing find and replace, right? So, okay, now we can return it by call widen. Do it. So now you return. So you undo the narrow to region. Okay, that's this narrow to region. Okay, so that's fantastic. But but then why do you need save restriction? Save restriction is basically undo whatever narrow to region. You see, once you narrowed, if you do it manually, you have that. Then you call widen to widen it. Then you just extend the whole, undo the narrow to region. But however, you can narrow to region, let's do it, narrow to region, and now I select this word, and narrow to region again, narrow. You see, now the whole buffer is just like that one word. But now if I do widen, it undo all the narrowing. You see, it undo all the narrowing. But that's not what you want. You just want to undo one level of narrowing. Okay, so that is what this save restriction is for. Okay, let's make it back. Okay, so it returns the previous, whatever previous narrowing that may be in effect. Okay, that answers that question. Okay, so now comment, then we don't need that comment out. Okay, let's prettify the buffer. Fantastic. In fact, I think that's the code. That's what we want. Okay, and then this comment, we don't actually need them. And comment out. Okay, that's the whole code, and this decode ampersand basically reverse. So this part will get more complex. Anyway, let's not worry about it. Okay, delete it. Now go back here. Now let's. I think that's it. Let's see. So we don't use our custom commands and remove that and prettify. Let's make it not prettify the code and remove the comment prettify. Okay, so the whole code is like in one buffer. Okay, one last check before we run it. Replace match. What is this IT that is incorrect? What? Replace match. Optional. Fixed case literal. Oh, we mean fixed case. So IT should be just T. Okay. So that is that. So let's see. Go to the beginning of the region to the replacement while still found. Keep doing the replacement until it's false. Then exit. Then next, go to the beginning. Do that. Until fantastic. I think that's it. Evaluate the buffer. Make a backup. Go to the directory. Hide the details. Byte compile it. Yes. Warning. Oh, warning. Unused lexical report. That's right. So we got some extra argument here. They are not used, which is a feature because we want to highlight it. But for now, let's remove it, okay? We're gonna add it later, okay? So eval the buffer, go to the directory, byte compile it. Yes, now no error this time. Fantastic. Open it, delete it, close it, eval the buffer. Fantastic. Now we can try. So go to here, okay? And can we undo what? Wait. What did we? So okay. So we got this. Let's just say that, okay. This and that, this and that, this and that, okay. So describe key tab JH, okay. XHTML encode ampersand entity, and now it's defined in this file we just created, so that this step verifies we are running the correct code, because we have another version, but this version is the one we created, okay. So now go back. So now tab JH error, wrong number of argument. What the fuck? Message. Wait, what? What's going on? Go to messages buffer. Okay, so wrong number of arguments. Something optional. Okay, so I think I understand what it means. What? Oh yeah, because you see, we removed 2 arguments, so now it's just 2 arguments, begin, end. But however, in this section, interactive, we fed 4 arguments, neo, tt. So let's just remove that, okay? So now, in fact, this is optional, so this we don't even need, So evaluate it, go back to here, tab JH. Fantastic and beautiful. Okay, there is a search failed message, which is, so undo. Let's go back to the code. Search failed. Let's make it pretty so it doesn't say that. So so search for word. It failed. Don't complain. Okay. Just do that. Found neo and no error true. Okay. Okay. To repeat that. Predefine the code. Eval the buffer. Go back here. Try it. Tab JH. Fantastic. And now it's saying, it gives you a message, change printed below, if any. So that's the report feature, in our original code. Now this is our new code. Now let's make this 1 line again. So you see, that's why I like single line format. If you've seen my live stream about Wolfram language, how everything is automated, that's fantastic. Okay. But anyway, so should we? Okay, let's leave it like that. Okay, so now we want to add a report feature. Let's see. Let's think about what feature we want. So here is our original code. So we got begin, end, then report. Report just usually it's not useful because it just prints a bunch of lines. But highlight is very useful. Okay, so we do want highlight. Okay, so copy that. Let's add that feature. Now this is extra. We already finished the task, but now we do some extra stuff. So far so good. Is it fun? Thank you guys for watching. Pay me. Yes. xahlee.info. Okay, excursion. We had one excursion. So now today's ad is sponsored by you. So xahlee.info, xahlee.info. No HTTPS because this Google and Firefox scums, they are deep US scums. These days, they prevent you from visiting websites that's not HTTPS. And worse, they automatically change anything to the S. They add the S. For example, my site, xahlee.info. xahlee.info works. But if you use Google, or if you click, from Twitter, if you are using Google Chrome or Firefox, they automatically add a S to your URL. And then they will say, oh, error, security failure. Scary tactics. Then you can't visit my website because security. Oh, there must be some hackers going on. Fuck Google. Fuck Firefox. Okay, xahlee.info. Then you go all the way down. Slowly, you got coding stuff, you got mathematics, you got lots of stuff, and you got to the place where you can pay me. Patreon, Amazon gift card, PayPal. $100 is nice if you have a job, okay? So let's go back to code. So now we need to add this highlight feature. How can you do that? How can you, in Emacs, how can you make it highlight something programmatically? So we can, for example, this begin end, we can do it interactively. Press, and you can see all the begin got highlighted. What about the end? Press. Oh, they become pink. Fantastic. So good for your eyes and helps you programming, help humanity. That command is called highlight symbol at point building. Okay, but how do you do it programmatically? We can do that by here. Okay, so once we found a replacement, we highlight the region. Okay, how do you do that? Basically, you go to search for XAH Emacs Lisp and then go to create a major mode. Then there is a section about highlighting. It's called font face, major mode, font face, syntax table, font face, no, a brief. What is it? It's called overlay. There it is. Can you see overlay highlighting? Click on that. That tells you all about it, how to do it. Okay, so then all you have to do is you just copy the code. Okay, back to Emacs. Close that. So we want to highlight. So paste the code. XAH make overlay bold region. Make region bold using overlay. Okay, so what are the difference? XAH remove. Okay, so this remove we don't care, and this we don't need the define anymore. Okay, so it's just that. Okay, overlay make overlay. You need to have a beginning and end position to make it. So how you want to make? So where is the beginning position? That would be. So begin would be match beginning. Okay, so match beginning, yes, and end would be match end. Okay, 0 means the whole matched expression, which is just the ampersand. Okay, but plus, you want to plus 1, 2, 3, 4 characters. So match end plus 4. Okay, so let's see. Overlay put set mark that we don't need, that we don't need, that we don't need. prettify the code. There it is. So let's prettify the code. So you do the search, you replace it, then you highlight it. Okay, so cut the code and also put it here. Okay, so paste, prettify, fantastic. Eval the buffer, go back to the test page. Now undo, close, save, close, reopen. Now tap JH. No highlight. Oh wait, it did. It's bold. Okay, I don't want bold, so let's go back. Let's say red. Do we have a red face highlight? Oh, okay, maybe use face highlight. Instead face bold, use face highlight. Okay, let's use the standard highlight color in Emacs. Okay, so instead of bold, just say highlight. Instead of bold, just say highlight. Make a backup, go to the directory, compile it. Yes. Oh, you got error. Oh, unused lexical argument. Oh, that's right, you forgot to check. Maybe user don't want to highlight it. Actually, we always want to highlight it. Yeah, so let's just always highlight it. Okay, so interactive list nil true. Well, wait, well, we don't need that argument. Just always highlight it, so we don't need that. Okay, eval the buffer, make a backup, go to a directory, compile, and no error. Open it, close it, delete it, close it, back to the testing page. And this line we don't need anymore. You see, before we have this one single line, and now we need this entire block, like 15 lines. But our code is now faster, because faster and no dependency. So let's just remove that. That's what I wanted. Evaluate it, go here, close it, reopen. Now look carefully, especially check the highlighting. Okay, the ampersand is red because I'm using xahlee mod. It just highlight the ampersand. Okay, and let's say x greater than 1. Okay, y minus 2, extra. Okay, save it. Now put the cursor somewhere there and tap JH. Fantastic and wrong. Okay, the replacement is correct, but it's highlighting shit. It's highlighting. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, so I don't know exactly what's going on, but we can just try out an error here. So don't +4. Okay, I think it. Yeah. So evaluate it. I think this replace match automatically update the match end. Okay, so now evaluate the buffer, go here, go to the HTML, undo, close, reopen. Now tap JH. Fantastic and beautiful. That's superb and success. Now let's make it list and show in browser. Fantastic, correct code, valid HTML. You can pass this to HTML W3C validator and it'll work. Okay, I think that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. ACP says the match beginning end has changed after replacement. Yes, that is why I was adding, I was adding 4, that's why. But apparently, when you do the replacement here, it also automatically update the match end position. You see, is it clear? So let me explain. Okay, so suppose you are trying to find the greater than sign. So once you call this search forward, it will have a match beginning and match end position, and these two functions will get you their value, which are integers. Okay, so this so match beginning and match end, they will differ by 1, obviously, because you only searched for one character, right? One character. So then you do the replace match, which actually added 1, 2, 3, 3, oh, not 4. It added 3 more characters. So I thought then you might, you need to add 4 to the match end. But apparently that's incorrect, because when you call the replace match, it actually update the match end position, so you don't have to add extra. Okay, this is actually better. This is smart. Okay, so evaluate the buffer. Let's try it again. Okay, so show in browser. Let's just copy that. Copy back here. Let's open a new buffer and let's make it fundamental mod so it doesn't highlight anything. So now let's manually call xahlee ampersand encode ampersand entity. Do it. Fantastic and beautiful. Success. So fantastic. Now let's close that and put the code back. So we got this fantastic and beautiful code. Copy it. So let me show you the difference. Okay, so let's see. So this is the old code here. So let's paste the new code here. So update the page state, and that's Emacs Lisp. Okay, here's a new code. Syntax color, show in browser. So now you got 2 versions of code. So the first one is what we coded today. Fantastic and beautiful. You can see the date, 2025, August 11th. Now the previous version, if you scroll down, is this one, 2025, February, last time I updated. You see, the previous version is terse. This one single line does the heart of the problem. But if you are a user, you go here, then you try it. Oh, it doesn't work. Replace pairs not found. And you go back. Oh, you look. Oh, you need to this package. And what is this package? Oh, then you need to download this one. So that's dependency. Dependency is the worst shit in coding. Okay, like today's JavaScript NPM. You open the gate, then the flood of shit comes in to your computer. Okay, so now the code is verbose, 30 more lines, but there's no dependency. Okay, we finished that, and very good. But there's second problem. Now we need to do the decode. Now the decoding is a bit more complex, because if you do the decoding, I think you're gonna run into the you're gonna run into this problem of, where is it? Did I close it? Jesus. You're gonna run into the feedback loop problem. Okay, so okay, shit, where is it? Okay, let me put in the link. Okay, so copy that, close it, go to today's talk show, paste this link, okay, entity, open it and search for replace. Okay, so search for package. Okay, there it is. Open it, copy it, close, put a link here, linkify, make a list, and join the list showing browser. There it is. So this package, it explains this feedback loop problem. So open that, copy the URL back to Emacs and put it here because we talked about this issue today. So feedback loop. So when you are doing the decoding of the ampersand encoding, you're gonna have this feedback loop problem. Let's see. So any of the find characters, do they appear in previous replacement character? Oh, actually no. So again, the problem is for each pair of find replacement, any subsequent find string, if they appear as a substring of the previous replacement string, then you got a problem. So does the problem occur here? It's kind of like tricky to know. So let's make it easier. Okay, so now it's easier to see. So does any of the left-hand side appear? Here's the left-hand side. Does it appear as a substring of the previous right-hand side? This, no. And this part, no. Okay, so that means, in fact, the decode can also be easily coded just like we did here. Basically, you just copy and paste and just replace, swap these characters. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Fantastic, it's clear. Like when like if you are a professor or if you are a lecturer, the happiest thing is that when you explain something, your student understand, is attentive. That's actually the happiest. That is what the professor lecturer is doing. That means their intention is achieved. That means they are successful. So if you are a student in college, I don't. By the way, ACP, how old are you? I have all kind of audiences, from teenagers to professionals and some professors too. So if you are in college, usually, if you are in college, you want to learn something. That's why you are in college for. But the problem is, for most people, your parents paid it, like you go to college to fuck around. You get bored about whatever biology or mathematics, you don't care. But if you really want to learn, of course, you pay attention to the lecture. But then there's other problems, such as half of the time, the teachers, the professors or lecturers, are not that good. They also got problems. They are bored. They don't want to do the teaching. They got other things to do, or they got a problem. They got some personal issues, whatever. Or they are just not good at teaching because there's huge amount of corruption going on in USA, United States of America, in the past, let's say 20 years. So these professors, they are there not really to enjoy teaching. They are just there because because they are good. They obey. They are good obeyers, so they get paid. They get jobs. Especially the social sciences professors. You know, they teach you about feminism and stuff and gender stuff. Those are all super corrupted. So, yeah, you are in college to learn, but maybe you are not. But even if you are, half of the professors are not that, you know, they got the problems too. Anyway, so that's why you came to the right place. If you want to learn Emacs, you got a dedicated, obsessive lover of Emacs Lisp. Okay, bye guys. Shut down in 1 minute. Oh, far removed from college. Fantastic and good luck. Okay, bye guys. Shut down in 1 minute. By the way, I got fairly popular on Twitter, somewhat. I mean, you know, in the past 3 days, I got like few hundred, or was it 100 more followers. Began by a post about Emacs, about the Emacs Courier font problem. Because if you are using Emacs, oh shit, whatever I was doing. So let's open a new one. Okay, so control. Okay, so now let's start Emacs 30. Q means no personal init files. Launch the plain GNU Emacs. There it is, instantaneous. Okay. Then you magnify. Let's see, was it Control Alt? Yeah, Control Alt scroll. So you magnify. Okay, then you enlarge the window. So there you got Emacs. So this is plain GNU Emacs. Now you Control X, what's the key? Control XB to switch to a buffer. You see that ugly font, that most ugly possible, this fuck. Now what font is that? Control H, there's no shortcut. So you have to do Meta X, Alt X, describe. You see this ugly font, describe chart. Okay, then that will tell you, let's magnify again. Then it will tell you, okay, now how do you switch the cursor to the other panel? Well, that's Control X, Control XO. You know, this is how Emacs fuck up your fingers. After a year, you become a cripple, thanks to Emacs and the Emacs phonetic fuckheads. They refuse to change. Emacs is actually the editor, the software that's the most responsible for repetitive string injury. You know, crippled programmers. So anyway, in this window, you can see what is my font. You see, there it is, Courier New. That is like, that font, Courier, is about 100 years old. Okay, that font is 100 years old. And Courier New is like 30 years old. So the Emacs on Windows is still using this font by default. Very bad. So I posted that, and that became somewhat popular. Then I posted another thing about you followed the wrong guy, and then a lot of people, like 100 or so or something. So now I have 5,066 followers. oh, it's not 666, it's 69. I got 69 followers. And yesterday and today, Brendan Eich, the creator of JavaScript, followed me. Okay, bye.